Hi, it's Chris from Epic Systems here. This is a short video on how to record payments within MARKUS. Now this could be payments against applications or invoices. And there are a couple of ways of doing this, so I'd like to cover both of those in this short video. Now not all contractors use MARKUS to record payments against invoices or applications, and the reason for that is that often gets done by the accountant or the person in charge of the accounts within your organisation, usually within your account software. However, this is a really useful way of managing your outstanding invoices within MARKUS, and also if you've got applications for payment where you've sent an application to your client and then they've come back with a certificate containing multiple jobs, then using the recording of payments against each application is a really useful way of making sure you've been paid for each of your jobs, and you can then convert that into an invoice, and there is a separate video all about that. For now, however, let's start with the simplest way of recording a payment against an invoice or application. So first of all, we find ourselves the invoice that we need to record the payment against. Once you've found it, you can step into the invoice sheet itself by clicking on the invoice reference here. And then this is your invoice sheet. And we can see at a glance in the header bar how much is outstanding on the invoice. So if you've already processed a payment against this, then you would have whatever is left outstanding. And of course that brings me on to the nice point that you can record multiple payments against an invoice. So you could take part payments and record all those, and the system will allow you to monitor what is outstanding and what is not. So we begin by hitting the record payment button. And this takes us into the cash posting screen for the invoice that we're about to look at. You can choose how you've received the payment, and you can say when you were paid and also the method at which, and also the method that you received the payment. If there was a payment reference on the payment that you've received, you could type that in here, and this would be the total amount that you've received against that invoice. And you can provide additional notes as well to say who it was that sent you the payment, and some notes as well if you need. Once all fields are filled in, if you simply hit continue, that has now recorded the payment, as we can see here at the bottom of the invoice sheet. There is a green table here which has got the payment instructions in it. And you can see here the amount paid and when it was done. Also, on the header bar here, we have got 0 outstanding. If you were to run your outstanding invoice report, this particular invoice would not show up on there because it's been fully paid off. Now the second method of recording payments is by using our cash posting screen. Now in my demo system, this is found under the invoicing menu. If you're not sure where to find that, or it's not available for you, please ask and we can look into getting that put on your menus for you. Now when you hit cash posting, you need to pop in a customer name that you're going to record payments for. The payment date is when you received the payment, and this unique reference field here is used if you've got a document from your client that's got the batch of payments on it, for example, or a statement of some kind. If it had a reference, you could use that. If it doesn't, or you don't have that, you can hit generate new to create a reference for yourself there. Now the payment method is very similar to what you saw on the previous screen when we did the manual one. You just select the most appropriate one. The total is the total value of the batch of invoices that you are about to record. Now I know my test example today is to the tune of £546.02, and you'll see why we put that in just a moment. We then start to use this area at the bottom of the screen to record our payments. Notice over here we have a remaining total of the total value over here. Now you can use one of the two references found on your invoices. I'm going to use the hour reference, which is the system generated reference, and I know my reference is to be this one. So once you type that in, it will find a match if it's there, and you select it. And what we do is we pop in the details of the invoice along with the invoice value and a posting amount that you want to post the payment for. Now this particular one has not had any payments before, so we automatically assume you're posting the total value. But you don't have to. You can overtype that for part payments if you need. Once you're happy, you press Add. Notice what's happened to the remaining total. That's now dropped. And if you have made mistakes, you can edit or delete lines. But I'm going to go and record my next payment and then press Add. And as we can see, the remaining total is dropping each time we add a reference in. And the final one has taken us to a remaining total of nothing. Once you're done, simply hit Continue to record the payments. And that is now, as you can see here by the green message here, recorded our payment. If you do need to know anything further about this particular screen, it is covered on the Applications, Certificates and Invoices video that we did a little while ago, and that shows what this screen does and how to use it as part of that process. If all you're doing is recording a payment against an invoice, then really your job is done at the point that your posting has been saved. If we go to our Find and Sales Invoice, and if I just simply type, for the purpose of this, the first reference in the list, we can see in here already on the report that it's been paid. And when we go into that invoice, we can see on the bottom of the invoice sheet, the invoice has been paid there. And we've got an outstanding of 0. And that's that. If you've got any questions at all or would like us to talk you through this or get anything set up so you can do this yourselves, then don't hesitate to give us a shout. Thanks for watching.